Thank you. Good morning. This morning we want to discuss some very important things. I know you're at school and you have plans for your professional life. I would like to go around and see what your plans are. What are you studying for? What's your goal?
Something in the medical field.
Medical field?
Yeah, me too. I'm just not sure.
Okay.
Medical field.
Okay.
Master's in psychology with a minor in counseling.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Physician's assistant.
Very good.
Ultrasound tech.
Very good.
Forensic psychologist.
Okay. Okay.
A medical attendant.
Very good. Wow. Very good. Yes, ma'am.
Bachelor's in material sciences.
Very good.
Forensic science. Ultrasound technician. Nursing.
Very good. So you have your professional plans, right? Now we want to talk about money. Who likes money? Yes? How does money make you feel? Does it make you feel sad, happy? How does it make you feel?
Sad because I never have any.
But if you had plenty, how would you feel?
Happier.
There you go. How would you,
Bills would be paid.
right. How would you feel if you didn't have any money?
Scared.
Scared. Okay. What else? How else would you feel if you didn't have any money? Anybody got any ideas?
Worried.
Worried?
Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed? Would you feel a little frustrated? How do you feel when you can't just go out and buy something?
Frustrated.
No shoes, no dress, no pants, no games. How does that make you feel?
Frustrated.
Frustrated. Okay. Well, today what we want to do is try to help you implement a plan where you have your financial plan ready as well as your professional plan. But you have to start now. If you don't start now, what happens?
You get behind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There are plenty of people who make a lot of money, a lot of money. There was a professional football player and he made $5 million a year. Could you do something with that kind of money? Absolutely. He did too. Guess what he bought?
Everything he didn't need.
Do you think he bought a house?
Oh yeah.
Do you think he bought more than one house?
Probably.
He did. And what about cars? I don't know what it is about guys and cars, but how many cars do you think he owned?
Probably about 5 to 10.
He owned 6 cars. Yes. Anybody got any idea of what kind of cars they were?
Very expensive. Ferraris and
They were. They were. Poor man. He had all these things. But guess what happened? He got injured. What do you think happened? Could he work?
nope.
No. Did he make a plan? No. He thought he would always have money. So what do you think happened to his houses?
Dog got repossessed.
They did. What about his cars?
He got taken away from him.
You don't think he paid in cash? No. He wanted to party, right? So this poor gentleman lost everything. And he had to come back to earth a little bit. Now he is coaching and he's making $75,000 a year. Far away from $5 million. It's all because he didn't have a plan that he had nowhere to go. So this morning we want to talk about plans. What kind of money do you think you're going to make? Annually. What do you think?
Like combined with my husband or just
Yours?
Mine.
Mm-hmm.
About 45,000 a year.
Okay. What do you think you're going to make?
After college, like with degree and everything. I guess like 80.
80,000? What do you think you're going to make?
60 to 80.
All right. How many of you have a plan for that? Do you want to buy a house? Absolutely. Do you want to buy cars? You want to live comfortably? Well, what we need to do is start now and think about your savings plan. Think about what you're going to do. But if you start now, you can start putting back money and you'll already have that habit ingrained. Tell me about what your goal is for how many houses do you want?
Just one.
Just one? Very good. Do you know what the average salary is in Lake City? Anybody know? Any ideas?
30.
You're close. You're close. Yeah, it's like 32,000. So, in order for that family to live, they have to have a plan too, correct? Okay, so this morning we're going to talk about developing a plan, understanding and tracking your spending, and how to make those tough decisions. Sometimes you have to make a decision of whether you should or shouldn't buy something, or how you're going to save. Also, develop a monthly budget. so that you can ensure you do save for your future. If you look on the beginning of your book and on the 3rd page, you'll see that this family is ready to buy their house, and they are making a statement of their financial goals. And if you look on the very next page, it lists those financial goals for you. It may be that you want to purchase a house. It may be that you want to save to plan for your future. Whatever those goals are, take a look at those, and in your spare time, make your plan. But today we're going to talk about some financial planning and how to calculate what you make. Who knows what your gross income is? And what's the difference between your gross and your net? Yes?
One is before taxes and one is after.
Right. Which one do you live with?
After.
After. How much is taken out?
Depends on how much you make.
It does.
The more you
The more you make, sometimes the more you do take out. But you have to look at your income, and then you have to look at what your plans are and exactly what you have to work with to be able to plan for your investments, to be able to plan for your retirement. And there are certain things. What's a fixed income? What things can you never change when you're looking at your budget?
Bills.
Some bills. What kind of bills?
Your house payment.
Do you get to change your house payment? Oh, that'd be nice. Walk in and say, I'm not going to pay $500 this month. I'm going to pay $400. Yeah. No, those don't change. What about your property taxes? No. So you have to make a plan for those. What about your auto payment? You don't get to plan for that either, do you? Whenever you're planning for your auto, though, there's something that goes along with it that you have to plan for. What is that? Insurance, exactly. And then we have those flexible bills. And those flexible bills are, of course, renting your movies, dining out. How much does it cost to go out to eat?
A lot. It depends on how many people are in your family, but sometimes it can go from $100 to $300 a week if you go out every weekend.
Could. It could. So you have to plan for that. There are purchases that you're going to make. There's miscellaneous purchases as well. How many of you have a cell phone? How many of you pay for your cell phone? How many of you think sometimes it's a little much? There you go. All right.
Yesterday it was $188.
Oh, wow. Okay. So what we want to do is keep a track. This is what a pie should like of your spending. There are housing, which is 35%, your debt, which is 15%, which that includes your student loans. You have your transportation, your other expenses, as well as savings. How much did that show that you should plan on putting in your savings account? Why do you think that's important? Is that a lot of your pay? No, but it goes a long ways, doesn't it? Let's just say right now, if you put $5 a week in your savings account, how much would you have a month?
$20.
$20. At the end of 10 months, what would you have?
$200.
Is that more than what you have now? See, it only takes a little bit to keep adding for your future. Then you're going to create your own spending pie, which is what you have now. If you don't have all of these things, these are in your book. If you don't have all of these things, put down what you have now, because you need to make your plan for where your income is at this point. How many of you get financial aid? And if you get financial aid, do you spend it all at once? And if you do, what happens? Are you out of money? Absolutely. So you need to make a plan for that as well. And this is the average family spending. It goes back to exactly what you saw. Your transportation, what do you have to include? You have your auto, you have your insurance. What else do you have to put in your car?
Yes.
And do you have maintenance sometimes? Okay. Okay. The way you spend your money can impact your credit. Let's talk about credit. Who knows anything about credit? Tell me what you know.
I know that, well, I think it's very bad. I'm not a fan of credit. My father's had to file for bankruptcy. My credit score's in the pooper. And anytime you try to get credit cards or car payments and stuff, every time they run your credit, it dings your credit and your credit score goes lower and lower.
We can come up with a plan that'll help you. Credit can be scary, but it shouldn't be if you make your plans and you get somebody with some financial experience that can help you if you're already in a bind. There are certain things about credit, though, that we want to talk about. I saw that most of you do have cell phones. Let's just say you decided that this month it was a little bit much, so you're not going to pay that. You're with Sprint. So you move from Sprint and you go to AT&T. Now, AT&T doesn't know that you haven't paid your Sprint bill. So you're going to get a phone? Probably. Yeah. Well, then your AT&T bill gets to be a little bit much. So what do? Oh, I'll give that phone back to them and I'll go to Verizon. But by the time it gets there, guess what? They know that you didn't pay your Sprint bill. So do you think you're going to get a phone? If you don't pay off those bills, do they follow you? Mm-hmm. Yes, they do. They are on your credit report. There's one credit report that I have, that gentleman, this is the difference between their credit reports. He did exactly that. His overall that he owed was $300. So he has 2 on his credit for $300. And this other gentleman didn't have any. The only difference between their credit bureau was those collections. The one without had a credit score of 728. The one with had a credit score of 298. So do you understand when you don't pay your bills as you've promised and you've committed, what happens to your credit? You're always better off to go and say, you know what, I have a problem this month. Would it be possible for me to pay so much? And then I'll pay you so much. Make a plan with them. And sometimes they'll work that out with you. They would rather have somebody who's honest than to have someone who is not going to give, what they need, not going to pay. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about credit is, how many of you have credit cards? Okay, all right. How many of you have ever gotten applications for credit cards? Have you looked at them? Sort of. If you look on the inside, look and see what their interest rate is. You can think, oh, I've got this credit. I've got $2,000 I can just spend. But there does come a payday. And at that payday, you look at that interest rate. There's one in particular card, which I won't show this morning. The rate is 29%. Can you imagine? If you owed $12,000, just off the top of my head, do you think if you paid $300 a month, any of it would go to principal? No. Most of it would go all to interest. So what would you have next month for your bill? The same thing. The same thing. If you don't start paying it down, that's what happens. Okay, let's look in your book to one more part, which is looking closely at your debts. And then if you look on page 12, there's a little bit of a challenge that you have that I'm going to give to you this morning, and that is keeping a record of all your spending. Do you think you could do that for 2 weeks? Everything you spend. How much is a Coke a day? How much is a Coke a day?
Mine's $1.
Okay. What about water? Do any of you buy coffee? How much is coffee?
$5.
Yeah. If you bought coffee every day for a week, how much would you spend of those 5 days? $20. What if you decided that you were just going to buy coffee 2 days a week or 3 days a week, and the other 2 or 3 days you were going to put that money in savings? How do you think that would help you? What would you have at the end of the month? And then what would you have at the end of 10 months? So you have to think ahead and try to plan. There's some things that you can give up for just a few days. But anyway, this will help you in seeing exactly where your money goes. How many of you think you spend money needlessly? I mean, I think all of us do. I think all of us purchase things that are not really something that's needed. We want to talk about who pulls your credit report. Who pulls your credit report? That's right, a lot of people. Do you think those people that send you those applications for credit, do you think they pull your credit? It's a soft pull. They don't really know, and if you look on the dotted line, it says this may change depending on what your credit bureau pulls. But your potential employers, they're going to pull your credit. What's going to happen if they see that you don't pay your bills?
They're not going to think you're reliable.
Correct. If you worked at a financial institution and you knew you didn't pay your bills, and I found out you didn't pay your bills, but you were taking my money for deposits, how am I going to feel?
Right.
Yeah.
You're not going to have trust in that person.
Absolutely.
To take care of your
That's what I wanted to
finances.
get to. Where is your commitment to what you are really committed to? You said that you'll do something that you won't do. What is that? That's trust and your own integrity. So you want to be sure that what you purchase for credit is something that you want to commit to. Your potential landlords, what happens if you have moved 6 times? And you go to this particular landlord and you're wanting to you want to rent from them, and they see where you've lived 6 different places and you didn't pay them. Do you think you're going to get to rent that apartment? No. Your insurance companies, how many times do you go and you have your auto insurance? Do you know that when you get your auto insurance in your name that they pull your credit? What do you think your policy amount is when you have lower credit?
Higher.
It's higher. That's right. Financial institutions. If you go to get a credit card, do you think we pull credit? Do you think if you have no credit, it's worse than having bad credit? If you have no credit, we can work with you. If you have bad credit, we can work with you before we give you any kind of loan. But financial institutions look at that, especially if you're going to work for one. If they see something that's negative, you have to explain that. When I went to work at Vystar, not only did they pull my credit, they wanted 5 years of tax returns, and they wanted 2 pay stubs of where I was working now. What do you think that says about Vystar? Are they going to take care of your money? Are they looking out for you if you're a member with Vystar? Absolutely. They want to make sure that who they hire there is really good and potentially could be something that could help other people, right? Military security clearance is also, anytime you go into the military, they do pull your credit. They want to see what kind of character that you have. Now, there are some things that are not on your credit report. Do you think your dress size is on the credit report? No, no. Your shoe size is not on your credit report. There are some things that are, though, and that's your personal information. Your personal information includes what?
Social Security number.
Social Security number. What else? Date of birth, right? What else?
Your name.
My name. If I had married, do you think it would show my maiden name and my married name?
Yes.
It would, absolutely. What else does it show? Does it show where I live? Absolutely. How many times does it show my address if I've lived 5 places? All of them, absolutely, because they're going to make sure that whoever is going to give me credit knows exactly my history, right? It's going to pull your credit history if there is any. It's also going to show any inquiries. If we go to a car lot, how many times do you think a car lot pulls your credit?
About 5.
I was afraid of this. So it may pull your credit 5 times, which will show that on your credit report that's been pulled. So when you go somewhere, they may ask you, I see where your credit was pulled at so-and-so. And you can tell them that that's what it's for. Public records and collections. That's on your credit report. Public records would show bankruptcy, if it's been within the last 10 years. It's going to show your bad credit, anything that you have on collection for the last 7 years. Where would I find if you had a police report? Would I find it on your credit report? Where can you go and find something about a police report for Lake City? Do you know?
Sheriff station.
Okay. There's a website, though. Do you know what it is? It's Columbia County Public Records. You can go there and find information about what's happened. But those things are not on your credit report. Do you think they could tell what you had in your checking or your savings account? No. The bankruptcies we talked about, the charge-off debts we talked about, can they tell if you're male or female? Does it say? No. It doesn't say if you're male or female. It doesn't say what religion you're a part of. Nor does it share your political affiliation. So there are some things on your credit report that are very important, but these things are very personal, so they're not listed on your credit report. Your medical history, It's not on your credit report. Your motor vehicle records, if you got 3 speeding tickets last year, that's not going to be listed on your credit report. But anytime that you make a purchase with your credit card, is that going to show on your credit report? What would it show? It's going to show the account number and what? What's the outstanding
Balance.
The outstanding balance, that's correct. Credit scores range from 300 to 850. And I just shared with you one's credit report that showed a score of 298. Do you think that's bad? Mm-hmm. It's pretty bad. It's going to show at least one account that's been open for 6 months or more, and anything that you've opened within the past 6 months. Credit scores change as data is updated. How often do you think a credit report changes?
Day to day.
Your credit is usually reported once every 30 days to the credit bureau. Normally every 30 to 45 days your credit report is updated. And keeping track of your credit. Why is that important?
To see if anybody's taken your financial information and used it.
Okay. Let's just say I somehow left my Social Security card out. And you got my Social Security number. What could you do?
Steal your money, I guess.
You could absolutely. Could you apply for credit in my name?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And how would I know that? Do you know?
Check your credit report.
Absolutely, checking my credit report. What happens if I don't check my credit report?
That could happen, and you wouldn't know.
What could she buy?
Anything.
Anything.
Absolutely, absolutely, she could. Okay. You need to know what your credit score is. You do. Not only do you need to check on your credit, you also need to check on your accounts. Debit cards, how many have heard of debit card fraud? I know all of you have heard of people stealing somebody's debit card, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, how does that happen? How would you get my debit card number and my PIN number without having my card?
There's many people who have electronic devices that can clone your cards.
What happens if I don't check my account for 30, 40 days?
I don't know. They could just buy it.
They could. Could they wipe my account out? Absolutely. So what happens whenever somebody does that? What do you do? You should. You should call. You should check with your financial institution of where you have your debit card. Now, if they have your PIN number, can they do more damage than if they don't have your PIN number? How can they, do you know that they can go to an ATM without your card? They can. How many of you use your debit card at a gas tank when you fill up with gas? How many of you use your PIN number? Don't do that. Use it as a credit and put your zip code in. At least if they get your credit card number, they don't have your PIN number. So it will save you some. It's not, if there's going to be theft, there's going to be theft, but at least it protects you a little bit of them not being able to wipe out your account. It shows that to improve your credit score, you don't want to open credit cards. You don't want to open any new. You want to keep your balance as low as possible. The recommended amount is at least half or less. Correct any inaccurate information on your credit report. Make sure that you do call them, and there's addresses in your book as well as I'm going to give you those. If you have severely damaged credit, what should you do? Is there somebody you can call? Do you see those advertisements on TV for debt consolidation? How much do you think they charge? There's one of our members who are paying $75 a month to have their credit fixed. He's on a fixed income. Did that help him? No, because now he has all of his creditors mad because they're having to, negotiate what he owes, as well as having to pay them. If you fall behind paying a bill, like I told you before, the best thing to do is to go and talk to the creditor, write them a letter, explain what your situation is. You may also want to write that letter to Equifax or any of the credit bureaus to let them know what's going on with you, so you have a statement on your credit bureau. If you need help maintaining your credit, call a nonprofit. There are nonprofit agencies that help you. As well as if you come to Vystar, I will help you. There are other of our member services that will help you. You do have bankers that will help you. Apply for a new credit card only as needed. And make all of your payments on time. If your auto payment is due on the 18th, what day should you make your payment?
Before the 18th.
The 18th, absolutely. If you make it on the 19th, what happens? Is it late?
Yes.
It's late. Do you get a late fee? No. You have 10 days to make your payments. But whenever when you have a payment that's due on the 18th, you need to pay it on that day. If you come in to get a new loan, what are they going to see if you've paid your payments on a timely manner on the day they were due? That you're trustworthy, correct? And you're creditworthy. Okay? Continue to check your credit score regularly. There are, it is annualcreditreport.com. It will not give you your score, but it will give you all the information on your credit bureau. You can also contact Equifax. They give also free annual credit reports. If you see evidence of fraud, make sure that you contact the credit company, not just who the creditor is, but make sure you contact them so they have your information and you've posted that it's fraud. Okay? Some ways to destroy your cash flow and your savings. Okay? Never refinance your loans. If you have an automobile with an interest rate of 4%, and you've come upon, you decide you want to refinance it, you have enough equity in your automobile to get $1,000 out. By refinancing, your interest rate's going to go up to 9%, and they're going to increase your payments. To keep your payment at the same amount, they'll increase your payments for another 18 months. Does that help you?
No.
No. Always think about it before you make a very good decision. Make sure you've thought about all the angles whenever you go to refinance. Don't keep track of your receipts if you want to just blow money. Don't keep track of your receipts. It's not important, right? Do you need to know what you spend? What happens if you spend it all? Do you know? You have to make sure that you know where your money is. How many of you have a mobile app for your accounts? How many of you look at that at least daily? Good job. You need to. It takes care of fraud, and it also makes sure that you don't have bad checks. Okay? Go shopping on payday. Who doesn't want to do that? Everybody wants to go shopping on payday. Everybody wants to get something for them on payday, correct? Make sure that you are living within your disciplinary actions of your budget. If you feel like you need to pay yourself something, absolutely, pay yourself something. But then go back to your budget. The point is to be consistent. Don't plan to use your home equity for your child's college expenses. Now, right now, you don't have children in college, you're the ones in college. Your parents have to make a really good judgment call of what is best for them. That's the equity of their home that they're putting up for your expenses in college. There are other ways to think about that, and most parents do. What kind of ways do you pay for your education? Do you get financial aid? Do you get Pell Grants? Do you get other kind of grants? Are you getting financial aid? There are other ways that you can do that. Always choose the lowest interest rate on a car loan regardless of the cash incentives. How many of you seen the big cash incentives now on TV for automobile financing? I saw one on GMAC that offered $7,200. Yeah, their interest rate wasn't bad at 2.9 if you could handle the payments for 36 months, which would be best for you? The $7,200. What could you do with the $7,200? How about putting it on your payments so you have less to pay? If you want to blow some, that's fine, but make sure that you're thinking about your financial welfare, okay? Go out to lunch every day. You deserve a break. How much does lunch cost? How much is your lunch? Okay, $8. If you go out to lunch every day for 5 days, how much have you spent? Yeah, yeah. What a difference would make if you brought some soup, a sandwich. How much would you save if you did that 2 times? $16. Is that more than what you have now in your savings? Absolutely, so every little bit counts. Sign up for the best cable package because you never know what the family will want to watch.
I didn't pay for cable.
Let me ask you this. How many of you have cable or other companies that take care of your TV channels and there's never anything on TV? I know you hear that. I know that I sit down, we have this cable package and there's never anything on TV, so what do? I go rent a movie. That's crazy. That's crazy because I'm just spending more money, aren't I? Okay. Stop by the grocery store each day for the day's food. How many of you know where Vystar is? What's next to Vystar?
Publix.
Publix. When I get off, if I haven't planned on my meal for the evening, guess where I go? What is right whenever you walk in the door on the right-hand side?
The deli.
The deli? Yeah, but what is that smell?
The pastries. And
Yeah, the pastries. Man, you go in there, I may go in there for whatever I need for the night, but do you think I'm going to pass up that bakery? No. And if I'm hungry, what else am I going to get?
When you're hungry, you buy more things. that you don't
Absolutely,
actually need.
absolutely. Now, I would love to say I'm going to go back there to the fruits section, but I'm going to tell you I'm probably not. I'm probably not. How many of you use coupons to go grocery shopping? Have you ever used coupons? Have any of you ever used coupons? What difference did it make in your purchase? It made some difference, correct? Okay. How many of you, whenever I learned some really good ideas yesterday through some of the classes where they buy their groceries and how they coupon. It was really interesting. There's a lot of ways to save money. You can learn from each other even on how to do that. Put all your family members, including your dad and your cousins, on your cell phone bill. Gee, I know you're my friend. I can't pay my cable bill for maybe about 3 months. Would it be okay with you if you put me on your cable bill and I'll just pay you the $15? If I'm your best friend. Most people will say yes. What happens at the end of that 3 months when I haven't paid it?
You get the other person's responsible.
Do you think I'm cut off from her if I don't pay my bill to her? I think so. Absolutely. How's she going to feel about me then?
Who's gonna think you're not a good friend to her?
There you go. There you go. Okay. So you want to think about those kind of things. How many of you are planning on retiring with your Social Security? Are you planning on retiring with your Social Security?
Probably won't have it by the time we retire.
You don't know? Okay. How much do you think Social Security is now on an average? $750. Can you live on $750? That's why you see a lot of our people who don't have any money. We want to get you to a place where you don't have to rely on that. You may get Social Security whenever you retire, but that's not going to be your only income. Remember that you deserve it. The shoes, the car, the meal out. You've had a hard week. Those pink shoes are really pretty. Yeah, I have to have those new heels. I have to have the new dress. I'm going to take the whole family out because I got paid today. Is that going for or against our spending habits? Against, exactly. Never use credit monitoring or transaction alerts. How many of you use transaction alerts? You know when you spend money. Do you know that? What about balance text? If your balance falls below a certain amount, do you use that? Do you know that some banks charge for that? Do you know that some banks even charge if you call and you say, I need to change and transfer some money from my savings account to my checking account? They'll say, yes, ma'am, I'll be glad to do that for you.
$25 fee.
There will be a $5 fee. So make sure if you do have those mobile apps that you use those. It's easy for you and better for you. Okay? Credit Bureau contact information, there's Equifax.com, Experian.com, and TransUnion.com. Make sure that you contact them if you do have any problems or if there's anything on your credit report that you have not done. Any questions for me?
Are we going to do these checkbooks?
We are going to do those checkbooks. Okay, in your booklet, there is also a brochure. And in the brochure, it has a couple of things that we'll talk about. First, look at the check, if you see the check in there. How many of you write checks? Have ever written checks? Okay, all right. You're going to first put what? Pay to the order of?
Whoever it's going to.
Whoever it's going to. And then you're going to put the amount. Write this one for $500. Okay, in the numerical side, you're going to put 500.00 or 500 with a slash with 2 zeros. One on top, one on bottom. Then on the next line, I want you to write out $500 and no cents. $500 and no cents. Okay, and then you'll sign it. Okay, excuse me. I'm going to take her check. What if I do an 8? $588. What happens then? Do you know? If they take it to a bank and they don't look, they could cash that check for $588.
Right.
The bottom is where your legal line is, and that's what a bank should use for the amount of the check. That can also be tampered with if you don't write your check in a manner that you don't leave any spaces, and you want to make sure that everything is written out where it's clearly readable. Okay. Have you ever heard of check fraud? We have somebody probably arrested from Vystar, probably on a monthly basis. Somebody who's altered a check. That's called an altered check. The other thing is your register. If you'll look at that, what's a register used for?
Have your money.
Checking account.
It balance, keeps you in balance, doesn't it? What you'll do is you'll start off with your beginning balance. You subtract any of the charges that you've made, any transactions, and then you'll also add any of your deposits. And you should balance exactly to what your bank account says you have. If it doesn't, you need to look at the transactions and make sure you wrote them down correctly, or look at the transactions and make sure they went through properly. All right. The other brochure is on Vystar for our checking accounts. To establish your membership with Vystar, you open a savings account. That savings account is a $5 membership fee. And for the classes here, we're waiving the $5 membership fee, so you only need $5. You'll open a savings account with $5. Our checking account comes free. There's no minimum balances. There's no charges on the account. You get a free debit card as well. But there are no minimum balances with Vystar. So if you put $5 in and you need $3, you can get the $3 out. We have 38 branches. So Vystar is still continuously growing. We have high school branches as well. Questions for me on anything that's to do with banking? Yes, ma'am.
I know with some credit unions, they check your credit to open up an account. If you don't have a certain credit score, you can't open an account with them. Do you guys?
Vystar does not go by your credit score. We're going to go and see if you have past owed accounts to other banks. If you left, like we talked before, if you left Bank of America and you owed $300, Vystar's probably not going to open you an account because you left that bank owing them money. As soon as you pay that, Vystar would open your account. It's not based on your credit being good or bad. Your credit is not the main thing. Your most important thing is, of course, what you owe and what you've left another bank or institution owing. Okay? Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Could you tell us how to start with a credit card, like at Vystar, if we don't have any credit at all? I have a lot of dilemmas in here.
Sure, sure. If you have no credit at all, Vystar does offer a secured Visa. You save up your money, like we've talked about, and you get $375 in there. Vystar will lend you on that $375 that will hold your funds, but you have the liberty of being able to purchase with that with that credit card. And what I would suggest that you do is keep that credit card where you purchase and then you pay so much on that credit card. If you purchase something for $100, pay $50 of that. And then the next month, pay it off. Because as you do that, what are you building?
Credit history.
Credit history. After 6 months, that shows up on your credit bureau as positive credit. And then you can progress on to a credit card that's not secured. When you're talking about purchasing a home, do you think you need good credit to do that?
Yes.
Do you have any idea what the normal credit score is for Lake City? Kind of an average.
For Lake City, probably in the 400.
For Lake City, it's 625. 620 to 625. I know that by teaching these kind of classes and teaching classes in high school, we can help better your chances of being able to purchase a home and to help you have some discipline and to help you have a plan for you when you retire. So be very careful whenever you get those applications in the mail for your credit cards. We have had one young lady in Lake City who was 17 who got an application for a credit card. She works at Hardee's and she made $7 an hour. She got an application for $1,000. It was prom time. What do you think she bought?
Prom dress.
Prom dress, shoes. Absolutely. Absolutely. How much do you think she spent?
All of it.
She spent $600. How long do you think it took her to pay that off? A long time. How long would you have to work for $7 an hour? Besides the interest rate. The interest rate was pretty high. It was at 22%. Now, her parents didn't know that she got the credit card. And she didn't tell them until after she had reached the age of 18. She didn't say anything to the credit card company. And at the age of 18, she's responsible. So make sure that you think about it before you just get credit. Make sure you've talked about it to somebody that knows something about credit, whether it's your parents, whether it's your banker. Make sure that you have somebody that you can trust.
And it follows you around I got a credit card when I was 18, maxed it out the same day I got it, never paid it off. I'm 34 years old and it's still on my credit report.
Wow.
Because a different company after the 7 years, another company bought out that company and they reposted it back on. So now it's on there for another so many years.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. If any of you start having problems with your credit, please come see me. I will help you. It's very, very private. None of your information is given to anyone, but at least we can sit down and talk about what your plan is and try to help you get out of where you are. If you haven't built credit yet, we can help you also establish credit.
So Sherry, what would it take if I wanted to buy a car, my very first car? What would it take for it to actually be in my own name?
Whenever you are purchasing a car, the most important thing is that you have no negative credit. No negative credit. If you have not purchased something with a high dollar amount, you probably would have to have someone with stability to sign on with you and then try to refinance within 1 year. 1 year gives the credit union or any institution an idea of your consistency and your character. There are ways to, of course, get a car on your own if you've already established some credit. If you're thinking of purchasing an automobile, get with a financial counselor because they can help you start to build your credit so you can do that on your own. Some people do have money in their savings because they've made a plan, and sometimes we can secure some of your savings in order for you to purchase that automobile. It's a high dollar amount, so we want to be sure that we trust you and you trust us. All right. Do you have any other questions for me? No? Okay. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. want you to be afraid of money and what it can do for you. We want you to be in charge of your money. You see, if you don't tell your money where to go, you don't have a plan for your money's going to tell you where to go. It's going to run as quickly as you get it. It's going to spend like water. And you'll find over a very short period of time, lack of money, and you're in trouble with a lot of people. And when creditors start calling, they continue to call. And they find ways to ding your credit report so that it does follow you, and you don't want that for you. You have an opportunity to be a great wage earner. You've made a decision, the best decision for that, to come to college. Statistics say that you have an opportunity to really make a difference in your income by having the opportunity to go to college and get into a profession that you would enjoy and that you would be suited for. And our purposes in this class has been to do the assessments, to bring quality presentations to you, to give you the equipping to make those kind of decisions. Well, the credit card companies recognize that too, so they're going to be knocking on your door with those offers. Read them carefully before you sign on. Keep in mind that it's not just about what you have today in your pocket, it's really what you have tomorrow. It's really the opportunity that you have to choose. You know, men and women gave their lives in this country so that we have an opportunity to have a choice, to get an education. So our motto here at the college is start here, go anywhere. And that's so true for you because you're getting an education beginning here, but you really can transfer from here to any university and to any degree path, and you can make a difference in your world, whether it's right here in Lake City like you have, or whether it's somewhere across the country or even across the globe. We need you. We need you to be thinking about your money and your education and your career path and putting those things together in a positive way that impacts you and your family in a positive way, because that byproduct will impact our community, it'll impact our nation, and impact our world. So as we have had the opportunity to learn about money and the other topics in this class, it's all for the equipping for you to make good quality decisions. You have more resources than any generation. Even here at this college, we've talked about the resources that you have. Now it's time to really look through your toolbox, all the tools we've put in, and begin to see how you can leverage those for your success. So as you're going into a new semester very soon, I mean, we are on the slide here with Thanksgiving and Christmas. You'll be sitting in new classes in January with new professors and new opportunities. But the difference is now you know how to position yourself for success. Now you know what to do and how to study, how to take notes. And all of these things will equip you to be better suited for where you're going. And the greatest thing that you can do is to become an ambassador for your family as well. You know, really encourage those around you to also begin to look around their world and begin to decide what they want to do. And as you encourage one another, you become a great motivating force in this community to help others find their way too. And then that makes our world and our community a better place, because then we're all working together. And when you go in and out of the bank, or even when you go in and out of Publix, you don't have to have an account at Vystar. You can still stop in and see Sherry if you have that money question. So you're beginning to have key people, not just in the college, but even in the community, that can be on your success team, building your success team, so that you have the equipping to make good quality decisions for not just today and not just tomorrow, not just next semester, but for next year and the year after that, and for your lifetime. So I hope you've enjoyed that session today. Let's make her feel welcome, and thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you.